Hi everyone, welcome to our gentle stretch class for today. This is Rebecca Warrington from rjmindbody.com. We are on the third day of the Crow Challenge, and we're going to be doing some of the similar things we've been doing over the past 2 days. You know, continuing to strengthen our wrists, our arms, because we're using all these muscles to be able to hold ourselves up with our arms, but that includes the core. But especially the core, meaning also the back of the core, which is the upper and middle back. So you might find the bra line is achy today, sore. These are muscles that are necessary in order to help you to stay afloat, or to help you fly in your crow. But you'll see throughout the class, I'm doing some more counter poses today to alleviate, so we don't overdo one area. It's not good to do things in short periods of time with such intensity. So this is an interesting class on how to, now we're going to actually practice several times the crow. I'll weave them into the class. With the crow comes the solar plexus chakra, which is that chakra that's above the navel and just below the breastbone, and all the way around, but particularly in the front. And this is the space, this is the chakra which we associate with our self-esteem and our confidence. This is where we face our fears, not push them away or pretend they're not there or run from them. We actually face them. And what that requires is courage. So really the week is about courage, facing our fear with courage. Why with the crow? Because the crow is fearful. It is scary in a way, because you're holding yourself up with your arms, you know, and who does that? So, and you fear falling over, or you come into all these you think negatively, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. And what we're doing is we're working through these emotions so that you can go into these postures and try. It's all about trying. So yesterday is about trying. I use my courage to try. Today you're going to face your fear, or you can fill in the blank. Fill in the blank with anything that you're facing at this moment with courage. So let's close our eyes and let's get started. So take a moment here, let yourself settle in and begin to connect with that solar plexus, using the breath, either closing the eyes or keeping your eyes to the ground with a soft gaze. Breathing in through the nose, and if you have some residual tension that you've been carrying with you, feel free to exhale it out the mouth as if you can actually see it in your mind's eye, this tension, maybe a black cloud that comes out. Let it all go. Nothing to worry about for the next 30 minutes. Notice how your shoulders are. Do they need to relax down? Chances are yes. Let everything just settle down. So I face my fear with courage, or the blank gets filled with something else. You might have anger, hostility, frustration. Fill that, put that in there. Or I face my grief with courage, if you're going through a loss. Or I face my day with courage. I face whatever is going on, even if you think it's not worthy of a mantra. It's not that important. Well, it is. Because if it's there in your head, it's still there. It can be even, I face my boredom if you're bored, if you're lonely, or if you're really happy and you think that you feel guilty for being happy. So just whatever pops into your head that you're going through at this moment, let that be what you're facing with courage. Let's take one more deep breath in. And let's just gently open our eyes. And let's inhale the arms out to the sides and lift up. Reaching, reaching, stretching, 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 and exhaling, floating the arms down. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, floating the arms down. This time, lift your arms up and keep them up. You can always bend them if you need. And we're going to do that one hand clap. Strengthening these wrists. You might find today this is easier. Maybe, maybe not. Just notice what's happening today. So keep this one hand clap going. Strange, 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 but very effective. Babies do things like this. Makes sense? Let's do it just a little bit longer. And then release the arms back down to your thighs. Just take a few little alternate circles of the shoulders, loosening up those shoulders, going forward again, loosening up the shoulders forward. And then let's come back to stillness. The arms reach up again. This time, make a fist with your hands. Palms are facing one another, fist, and then open up the hands like you have platters on the hands. And then squeeze and open and squeeze and open and squeeze and open and squeeze and open. Do this 3 more times. Breathing as you do this. I can feel my wrists today. And then release the arms down. And take the shoulders and loosen them up. And then sitting up nice and tall, let your head drop to the right. And feel the stretch in your left side of your neck. And then drop your chin towards your right clavicle. To the right side of your chest. And move your jaw around a little bit, loosen it up. And then inhale the head back up, drop your head to the left. And then bring your chin in towards that left clavicle. So you're just dipping your chin on an angle. And move the jaw or smile or whatever feels good. Loosening up, releasing the tension that's building up in that jaw. And then lift back up. Bring your hands behind your head if possible. If you can't do that, then just lift your head up. Press your head into your hands, elbows open, and push into the hands and lift your chin up. Opening up the armpits, the chest. And then exhale, elbows in towards each other, round through the spine. And then inhale, lift and open. You can always place the hands on your thighs, do this if you have any shoulder issues. Fold forward, and then inhale, lift, and then take your hands and place them on your knees. Cap them, take your hands on top of the knees, cup them. I was going to say cap them, cup them. And then inhaling forward, opening up your heart, lifting, and then exhaling, sliding the hands towards your hips, and then go back. Actually, that was wrong. Slide them back and around, and then slide the hands towards your knees and open. Yeah, that's it. I know I was right. And then back, and then forward. So just simply sliding back and forth, going through your cat and cow move here, leaning back and lifting and opening. Yeah. And then let's just come off of our seat and onto our backs. try not to plop down on your back. Slow yourself slowly and get yourself down there and hug your knees into your chest, little rocks from side to side. And then let's go, we're going to go from here into into happy baby, where you take your hands inside the foot, outside the foot, on the ankle, behind the legs if you'd like, yeah? Behind the knees. Flex the feet as if you're pushing into the ceiling. You're in that crow shape. Your shoulders are inside your knees, unless you're wrapping your hands behind the knees. Then, of course, it's different. And take a breath in, and as you breathe out, press your hands into those feet. Let the knees open wide, loosening up those hips. Tailbone presses down. And then inhale, lift up. There's a slight lifting up towards the ceiling, and exhaling, pressing down with those hands. Do that two more times. So this is a hip opener, and a very gentle one, a nice one for most of us. And then come back to stillness, and if you want, feel free to rock from side to side. You could play here like a baby does. You could take your right leg and straighten it, the top leg, and or keep them bent. Little rocks from side to side. And then come back to stillness. Bring the feet, place the feet together, the inner edges of the feet. Your arms are inside your knees. So crow pose, but lying down. Now just simply keep your legs as they are, reach your arms back behind you. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your shoulders and head off the ground. Reach your arms forward and flex those hands as if you're on the ground doing a crow. Then inhale, reach your arms back. Exhale, lift your arms up, abdominal work here. Press into those hands. Inhale, lift back. And exhale, reach forward. I know this is probably, you're feeling this in your legs. Inhale, one more time back behind you, your arms. Exhale, reach your arms forward and press and hold, but keep the breath moving. Inhaling and exhaling. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lowering your head down, bring your knees together, and then place your left foot to the ground, right foot to the ground. Open the knees wide as the mat, and let your knees drop to the right and then to the left. So these are called windshield wiper legs, from side to side, just loosening up those hip joints. Letting your body, using your body to help heal you, your emotions. It's not just about your body strength, but you're strengthening your body or creating more flexibility. It's also about healing your body's emotional state as well. Coming back so the knees are up, pointing to the ground. Cross your ankles and see if you can float all the way up to sitting, or come over to one side. Come onto your seat. Place the soles of the feet together, hands behind your back. Flip the fingertips backwards. Press into the pad, the thumb pad. Remember, not that paddy, that fleshy part where the thumb and the hand meet and the palm meet. And then I laugh because I don't know how to describe it. It's really not so easy, and press into the index finger, the pad, fleshy part of that index finger as well. And then lift up through the heart. Open up your chest. You might remember this stretch. Lift up, breathe it. This is a counter pose of what we do in the crows. And then lift back up and take the hands, slide them forward, and let yourself fold forward into your Baddha Konasana. Drop your head. Breathing in and breathing out. Then take an inhale, lift up and take your knees and help them together. And then cross your ankles or come onto one side and come all the way onto your knees, into your tabletop. Take your hands and position them first, and then press back into your child's pose with the arms slightly forward, elbows softened to the ground, forehead resting on the ground. Take a breath in and out. Let it all go, all that tension, or whatever you're facing right now. And then inhale into your tabletop. Think about the hands. Index finger is at the 12 o'clock point, so you're pointing that index finger forward, so the hands are flared out. Press into the fleshy part where the thumb and palm meet, and the same thing with the index finger. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Either curl the toes under or tops of the feet, and or down, and then do a few little cats and cows here. Inhaling and exhaling into your cat stretch. Inhaling into your cow, opening up your chest, arching your lower back. Exhaling, rounding. Pressing into the tops of those feet. And see if you can get the shins to touch the ground. So a few little back and forth cats and cows here. Strengthening the arms, the wrists. And then let's inhale back into a neutral spine. Curl the toes under, sit back onto those feet as if you're about to leap forward. Push into the hands as if you're trying to rip the mat apart, but your hands are stuck. Take a breath in and take a breath out. And then slowly walk your hands towards your knees and pick your knees off the ground and open the knees wide. Keep the feet where they are, and let's come into the shape of a crow. We're not going to do the crow quite yet, but create a shape. Let your arms either rest, if you can place your forearms on the ground, or maybe you can't get as low, so the arms are slightly bent, straight, whatever you need to do here. Looking towards your thumbs. And then just let your head drop, looking backwards. Stretching out that spine. Strengthening your ankles, your knees. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, let's straighten the legs, coming into your forward bend, standing forward bend. This should feel really nice on the back of your legs. Let yourself either cup the elbows with your hands or take your hands and float from side to side, loosening up that back. Middle and upper back, but particularly the middle back, is being targeted in this crow challenge. Open the feet as wide as the mat or even wider. Walk your hands forward, and you're now in a straddle, a downward dog with the legs wide, so the wide-legged downward dog. Let's explore this for a moment. Pressing into the hands. Don't forget, return to that engagement of the thumb and the index finger, spreading the fingers. And then looking back behind you. Chest, you're tilting your tailbone up to the sky, and at the same time, your chest is trying to get as close to the legs as possible. Bring your left hand in just a little bit, and then take your right hand and thread it under your left arm. Grab hold of that left leg. And we're doing a twist here. The reason for twists, and we've done this one before, is it feels nice on our spine when you're doing a lot of spinal work, back work.
and look under that armpit if you can. If not, you just do the best you can. Knees are soft here. And then take your right hand, place it next to your left. And then take your left hand and thread it under your right arm and do the same on this side. As close to the right leg as you can get to. If you can't touch it, then you just do the best you can and twist and look under that right arm. Breathing in and out. And then release that left hand, place it next to your right hand, and heel toe those feet. Heel toeing is good for the ankles and the brain. Until the feet are hip distance apart, let's slide the hands towards the feet, bend the knees, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, I want you to float up through that ragdoll roll up. And lift up nice and tall and let yourself lean backwards so that we counter the forward move. When we're rounding our spine in our crow, we're now doing the opposite. And then round forward, roll down. Using your core muscles to start the movement. Take a breath in, bend the knees, and then exhale. Bring the tummy in, pelvic floor up. Lift up. Once you get to the top, let yourself lean back. Oh. One more time. And we're going to stay down. Exhale all the way down. Walk your hands forward. Either come into that extended child's pose or downward dog. Stretch through those hands. Reconnect with the thumb and the index finger and create that little fan shape with index finger pointing forward, or the middle finger if that feels a little bit better on your shoulders. Breathing in, and let's come into a plank. Knees can stay down or up, and then lower the knees down, hinge forward, bend the elbows and place your chest and chin on the ground. And then slither forward. You might be feeling this a lot today because your shoulders have been working like mad. Slide the hands forward, elbows under shoulders. Press into the forearms and the hands and lift up through the middle of the body, but keep your knees on the ground as if you're trying to push into a cow stretch, but you're not going to dome the back in the same way if you were on your hands and knees. And lower the pubic bone back down, and then reach your chest forward. Slide, come all the way down to the ground, slide the hands back behind you. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, palms are downward. They're facing down on the ground. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your legs, chest, forehead off the ground. Reach your arms off the ground and try and touch your tips of your fingers they're going towards your feet. Obviously they will not touch, but just imagine you're trying without too much force here. Breathing in. And then as you breathe out, lower down, slide the hands next to the chest, push through the arms, spread the fingers, lift back up into a child's pose. And then walk your hands forward and back into your crow pose, that squat. Now we're going to try the crow. Squeeze the knees into the upper arms, arms into the knees, and then the elbows are bent. You're looking forward. Take a breath in the whole time. Take a breath in and use your exhalation to lift onto your toes. You can always, I'll show you tomorrow, you can use a block instead. You can lift your toes off the ground, one toe at a time maybe, or none. Maybe you're not there yet. Let's do that one more time. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, don't worry if you cannot even get up. it's not, this is not the goal, this isn't the mission to get here. It's all the preparatory work to get to the crow. This is just the icing on the cake, but it's not the most important part. And then let's come onto our knees and onto our right hip and spin our legs forward. Let's just shake out our arms. Slide our bottom to our heels and lower ourselves down onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. It's just, the nice thing about the crow is you does get your heart rate up. Open the arms out to the sides. Let's take our legs over to the left, coming into our spinal twist. This should feel nice on our spine. Turn your gaze to the right. And then pick your knees back up. Give yourself a hug. Maybe bring your forehead to your knees to get that full body stretch and flex and point the toes. And then lower the head to the ground and take your knees over to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. So you have, because we're doing this, it's a, online, it's a video, you can practice more. Your body's warmed up for it. Then the important thing is to also put something in front of you, like a pillow, a cushion, in case you do fall forward. It's sometimes just pick your knees back up. It's just security. It gives you a sense of security, even if you don't fall. Hug your knees into your chest, and then let's prepare for your Shavasana. Take your left leg to the left corner, right to the right corner. Let your hips open up simply by having the legs wide and the toes opening up naturally to the sides. Let the palms face up. This keeps the shoulders open. Close the eyes. Let everything sink into the ground. And stay here for 2 to 5 minutes. I will come up to seal the practice, but you continue on, letting your body just remain still. As I close my eyes and bring my hands in front of my heart. Just for a moment of reflection, an internal reflection on observing how my body feels. We're working with the powerful muscles in our body, but also muscles that are tend to be very weak for most of us, strengthening all those areas. It's a powerful, powerful posture, this crow pose. And facing whatever you're facing at this moment, fear, grief, sadness, anger, whatever it might be, any difficulties, face it with courage. I face blank with courage. Keep telling you that the courage is what keeps us going. And we all have courage. We wouldn't be here if we didn't have courage. It's innate in us. It keeps us moving. Take that courage and help you to work through whatever you're dealing with. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Namaste. I will see you soon.